Hello everyone. So let's continue with the unit 3, that is form and event handling. In previous video we studied different topics related to your form, objects and element, that is how to change the attribute value dynamically, then changing the option list dynamically, then evaluating your checkbox selection and changing label dynamically. So in this video, we'll see how to manipulate the form elements, then your intrinsic function, then how to disable the form elements, and how to keep the form elements read only. Okay. So let's see the first slide. So first topic is manipulating form elements. So we can manipulate the form elements before submitting it to the web server. So for that we can keep some field hidden at the time of submitting the form. The desired value can be set to the hidden field, and this value, assigned value for the hidden field, can be submitted to the browser. Okay, we'll see the example over here. What are we going to do? We are going to take three text field. One text field is to enter roll number, one text field is to enter the name, and third text field is for registration ID. Okay, so we will enter roll number and name over there, and we'll create a registered ID from the values entered in the roll number and name, and we'll keep that registered ID hidden. So when a user and we'll take a submit button. So when the user submits the form, the registration ID field that is hidden will be automatically get the values from uh, roll number and name. What we'll do, we'll take first two letters of the name, and we'll take the roll number and we'll merge two of them and keep it as a value of registered ID, and we'll keep that field hidden. So when user submits the form, the registered ID field, whatever value is created for the registered ID field, will be submitted to the browser. Okay, we'll see we'll see the code, then you'll understand it. Okay, so let's see the form design first. So see the form designs. Inside the body tag, see form name is equal to my form. Then roll number is the caption. And now the text field is created for roll number. Input type is equal to text, and name we have given as roll. Okay. Then break tag. Then for name. So name input type is equal to text, and name for name field is given as name. Then registration ID. We are going to keep this field as hidden. So input type is equal to hidden, and name we have given as rig ID. Okay. Then your break tag, and lastly we have created a button. So input type is equal to submit, name is equal to submit, value is equal to submit, and on click we are going to call a function which will do what? It will retrieve the values from roll number and name field. That is, it is going to take the first two letters from the name field and the roll number and merge it and give it as a value of registered ID. Okay. Now let's see the code how it is done. So now let's see the function. So first tag is HTML, then head tag, script tag. Now we'll start the function. So function, my function with document.forms dot name of the form is my form. So my form in the bracket, if name dot value dot length greater than 0 and roll number dot value dot length is greater than 0. That is, first we'll check if the you have entered something in name field and roll number field. So it will check if the value of name field is length of name field is greater than 0 and value is greater than 0. Then what it will do, registered id dot value, then what will be the value of registered id? So reg id dot value is equal to name. It is going, we are going to take first two letters from your name field and plus the roll number. So name dot value dot char at 0, char at 0 will uh, char at 0 will do what? It will retrieve the character that is at index 0. That is your first character in the name field. Then plus name dot value char at 1. So char at 1 will do what? It will retrieve the second value, second letter. It will retrieve the second letter from name field. That is, it will retrieve the character which is at index 1. That is your second letter. Plus the roll dot value will retrieve the roll number. Okay. and it will assign it in the registered reg id dot value, means registered id field. Okay, close the curly bracket, close the curly bracket. Okay, so I hope the code is clear to you. Let's move on to the next topic, that is intrinsic function. So what are exactly intrinsic functions? Intrinsic functions are basically the built-in functions that are provided by JavaScript. These functions are basically used with submit and reset button. So one can use these functionalities while submitting or resetting the form fields. So submit method and reset method is used for this method can be used. So submit method of form object can be used to send the form to the server exactly in the same way user has pressed the submit button. And similarly, reset method is used to reset the form fields like your reset button. Okay, let's see the code over there. So doc type HTML, then your HTML tag, then the body tag. Form name is equal to my form. Roll number, input type is equal to text, name is equal to roll. Then name field, input type is equal to text, name is equal to name. So we have taken two text field over here, that is name and roll number. Now we are going to take a submit button. Okay. So now here using intrinsic function, what is going to do, we are going to, instead of submit button, we are going to take an image, and when you click on that image your form is going to be submitted. Okay, so image src is equal to you are going to give the url of the image. Okay, so submit.gif is the name of the image. Okay, so image source. So here what we are doing, we are just replacing the submit button with the image. So instead of submit button, you will have a image over there, and when you click on the image, your form is going to be submitted. So image is equal to submit.gif. On click is equal to JavaScript colon document.forms.myform.submit method. Okay. So this is how it is written. Okay. Then break tag, close form tag, close body, and close HTML tag. So how are you going to get the output? In the output, you have roll number field, then your name field. Inside roll number, you can enter any roll number, and inside name, you can enter any name. And below it, you will have an image. Okay. So when you click on that image, that form will be submitted. So instead of submit button, you have an image. Okay. So this is your intrinsic function. Next topic is disabling elements. So disabling elements. So what we can do, we can disable some form fields. Okay. So disable property of particular form element. When the disable property of particular form element, this can be done by setting the disable property to true. When you when you set the disable property to true, you cannot edit, that is you cannot change your value of that form field. Similarly, if the disabled property is set to false, you can edit that form field. Okay. So I will see it with the help of example. So this is your example. First, we'll see the output, and with that, you will see the code. Okay. So here, what we are going to do, we are going to take a username as a text field. Okay. Inside the text field, you are going to enter a username. Okay. And you are going to take two buttons, that is disable name field and enable name field. Okay. So disable name field button will basically disable the text box. That is, you cannot make any change to the text box. And enable name field will just enable the disabled text box. Okay. So in case of disable name field button, what you are going to do, you are going to set the disable property to true. And in case of enable name field, you are going to set the disabled property to false. So when you set the disable property to false, the text box is enabled, and when you set the disabled property to true, the text box is disabled. Okay, so now let's see the code. So first your doc type HTML tag, then the HTML tag, then the head tag, then script tag, function, enable function. Okay, so first this function is to enable your form field. So in order to enable your form field, you need to set that disable property to false. So how it is done? So document dot forms dot name of the form is my form dot name is your name of your text box. So name dot properties were disabled. So disabled is equal to false. Close the function. Now same for disabling your form field. So function, disable function, name is disable function. For that, we have to set the disable property to true. So document.forms.name of the form is my form. Then name of your text field is name and disabled is equal to true. It will disable your text box. So close script tag, close head, open body tag, then form, name of the form is my form. Then you will take the username as your text field. Input type is equal to text, name is equal to name. Break tag. Now you will take two buttons over here. First button, input type is equal to button, value is equal to disable name field. So on click, you are going to call which function? Disable function, which will disable the form field. Then the next button is your enable name field. So input type is equal to button, value is equal to enable name field, and on click you are going to call the enable function, which is going to enable your text box. Close form tag, close body, and close HTML tag. So this is your output username. First of all, when you click on the disable name field button, your text box will be disabled. You can see the first output. Then we have clicked on enable name field button, which will enable your text box and you can enter anything in the text box. Okay. I hope this code is clear to you all. Now we'll see the last topic of this chapter, that is read only elements. Okay. See, sometimes what happens, we want to set certain fields that should not be changed, right? So we can restrict user from changing the value of particular field by making that element read only element. Okay, that is, we have to set the read only property to true. When we set the read only property to true, you cannot change the value of that particular element. Okay, so if the read only attribute is set to false, then anyone including the user can change the value of the element. But if the read only value is set to true, then you cannot make any change to the value of any form element. Okay, let's see the example over there. Okay, so doc type HTML, then your HTML tag, then is the head tag, then is the script tag, function name is read only function. Okay, so document dot forms dot my form dot name dot read only is equal to true. So what we have done over here, we are setting read only element of a function to true. Okay, so close the script tag, close head, open body tag, then form name is equal to my form. You are taking a text box over there. So username, input type is equal to text, name is what? Name. And we have set that read only value to true. So on click of the button, that read only value will take a button, input type is equal to button, value is equal to read only name field. On click, we'll call that function. So when you call that function, when you click on the button, the function will be called and it will set read only value to true. So you cannot make any change to that read only value. Then close your form tag, close body and close HTML tag. Okay, let's see the output. So here you have username text field and you are entering some username. When you enter the username and you click on read only name field, that field is going to be read only and you cannot make any change in the use or in that text field. Okay. I hope the code is clear to you all. That's it. We are done with the third chapter. Okay. Thank you.